Today's video is about choosing the right tax filing status for Form 1040. The taxpayers are required to select the right tax filing status while filing the return. It is important because many tax benefits, deductions, credits, and applicable tax rates varies based on the tax filing status. In general, depends on the taxpayer's marital status on the last day of the tax year. In the US tax system, basically there are 5 main tax filing statuses. One is single. This is for individuals who are unmarried, divorced, or legally separated as of the last day of the tax year. Single taxpayers generally have the highest tax rates. The second option is for the married couples who wish to file jointly. But in this case, both will be responsible jointly and individually for the tax and any interest or penalty due. It often results in lower tax liability because it combines the couple's income and allows various tax credits and deductions. The other option is for married couples who wish to file separately. In this case, the married couples may choose to file their returns separately, and if they want to be responsible only for the respective taxes, or it results in the less tax than filing a joint return. However, this filing status often results in higher tax rates and limits eligibility for certain tax benefits, like if you are filing separately, there's no earned income credit, no income exclusions or a credit for adoption expenses in most cases, no education credits or deduction for students and loan interest, no exclusion on interest income from US saving bonds when used for educational purposes, etc. The other option is for filing it as a head of household. In this case, the person must be unmarried or considered unmarried. Person must live with the taxpayer more than half of the year with the exception of a mother or a father. A qualifying relative must be a member of the taxpayer's family, must be related to the taxpayer, not merely a member of the household. Taxpayer must pay more than 50% of the cost of maintaining the parent's home if claiming head of household based on a dependent parents. The other option is for filing status is qualifying survivor spouse. If your spouse passes away in the previous tax year, you may be eligible to use this filing status for the other 2 years following your spouse's death. It allows you to use the same tax rates and deductions as if you were married filed jointly. But to avail this or to use this as a filing status, you must meet all the following tests, like you must not remarry before the end of the tax year, must be entitled to file a joint return with the spouse for the year the spouse died, must have a child or a stepchild, but does not include a foster child whom they can claim as a dependent or could claim as a dependent, except the child had a gross income of $4,700 or more. The child filed a joint return. The taxpayer could be claimed as a dependent on someone else's return. The child lived in person's home all year except for temporary absences. The taxpayer and the deceased spouse paid more than half of the cost of maintaining a home. So basically, these are the 5 tax filing status while filing the tax return. Is either you can file it as a single, as a married couple filing jointly, married filing separately, you can file it as a head of household or a qualifying survivor spouse. But you need to make the choices appropriately because it is subject because it affects the amount of income that is subject to taxation as well as your eligibility for certain tax and credits and deductions. It's essential to select the correct filing status to maximize your tax benefits and minimize your tax liability. So if you're unsure about which tax filing status is appropriate for your situation, it's always a good idea to consult with a tax professional or use tax preparation software to help you make the right choice when filing a tax return. In case of a married couple, if you are married and you and your spouse can file a joint return or a separate return, it is advisable that you figure your tax both the ways on a joint return and a separate return, and this way you can make sure which filing status results in the lowest combined tax, and accordingly you can decide as a married couple whether you want to file jointly or you might file separately. Hope this video was useful. Thank you.